Hi, everyone. I'm Dana Ponsky, your guide to college, and welcome to Being Jewish in College's video series, Kibbutz in 10 Minutes. Today, we're going to be talking with Aaron Kaufman, the Executive Director of Penn State Hillel. Aaron's going to provide us some really valuable information about the Hillel at Penn State and be able to answer questions you might have about Jewish life on campus. So thank you, Aaron, so much for participating.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right, so the first question I always ask everybody is, what is the name of the Jewish Center on campus?
It's Hillel. We are most commonly known as Penn State Hillel. Yeah.
Awesome. So how many Jewish students do you have on campus? And that really encompasses a wide variety of students. But we generally like to know, do you serve Reconstructionist, Humanistic, Reform, Conservative, Orthodox? And do you have an idea? I know most campuses don't have an exact number, but do you have an idea of how many students you serve?
Yeah, it's a great question. We estimate there are 4,000 Jewish undergrads at Penn State's University Park campus and in State College, which is where we're based and where our main operations are. There are additional Jewish students at the almost 24 additional campuses the university maintains, although I couldn't give you good numbers on those. We generally see students who identify as just Jewish when we ask them. We always on our contact forms, that's what most commonly is represented. We do have Reconstructionist, Reform, Conservative, Orthodox. There are students across the spectrum, although we've seen the denominational language start to break down a little bit over the last 5-10 years.
Okay, great. So on the main Penn State campus, are there kosher food options available to students? And if so, what are they? And if there are any satellite campuses that you know that have kosher food options, that would be great to know as well.
Yeah, so the university a couple of years ago, with a little assist from us, created a kosher food program. It is in the East Food District. It's called Pure, and it is also the university's allergy-free zone, which is a great, nice synergy there. And so they operate right on the regular student meal plan on the all-you-care-to-eat side of the dining commons, and they're open for lunches and dinners throughout the academic year, and they have some grab and go options available in some of the convenience stores on campus as well. There are no other Commonwealth campuses that have full-fledged kosher food programs, although we've worked with the Harrisburg campus to accommodate students who keep kosher on that campus as well.
Awesome. So in terms of Shabbat, are there any weekly Shabbat dinner gathering opportunities for students? Are they well attended? That sort of thing.
Yeah, of course. We have Shabbat every single week. We do services and dinner. Sometimes we'll do more than one service. Sometimes we'll do alternative discussions or a yoga Shabbat in addition to a traditional service. This year and in the past, we've been based out of the university's multi-faith center. We expect our participation in Shabbat, which is already strong, to grow into the spring as we move into a new home downtown.
Awesome. Okay, what is your most popular or well-attended program on your campus?
That's a great question. As an organization, we don't focus only on programs. We focus much more on relationships and use programs as a tool to enhance Jewish life. So the thing that gets students engaged more than anything else is actually coffee dates. Those are often one-on-one between a staff member, an intern, and a student, or just a couple of students together in a small group. But we purchase literally thousands of cups of coffee a year for students. That is where we see the most engagement, actually. Of course, we have events and programs that have hundreds of students who participate, but it's really the meaningful conversations and interactions that help students find their home in Judaism.
Wonderful. Are there Jewish studies majors or minors available to students, or are there Hebrew language courses that students can participate with or learn about or whatnot?
Yes, to all of the above. Penn State has a Jewish studies program with majors and minors. There are Hebrew courses. That's a requirement for the program as well. And the Jewish studies program is actually going through a growth phase right now. So we're really excited to watch them grow a little bit.
Very cool. So shifting a little bit in terms of some questions that come up a lot of times with families is the political or social justice climate on the campus, and specifically around issues about anti-Semitism, BDS, anti-Zionism. So I'm curious if there's been any issues on campus, and if there hasn't been, which is great, how does the administration of the university handle issues in terms of creating a more positive political and social justice climate for students?
It's a great question. We hear that question a lot from parents. We're very fortunate at Penn State that the university is such a supportive partner for the Jewish students on campus. We have a great relationship with the administration, every relevant vice president's office, student affairs, residence life, you name it. We work closely to ensure that the climate is positive on regular basis. And then if and when negative things happen, that we're able to resolve them quickly. And thankfully at Penn State, there's not been a pattern of anti-Semitism or anti-Zionism activity over the last 10 years or so. It's been quiet in that regard. The university itself is not a highly politicized campus climate, which I think helps keep things on the steady in that regard. And we work with the university to maintain that environment, to make it comfortable for Jewish students. Administrators will check in with student leaders affiliated with Hillel from time to time, make sure that they're feeling comfortable, and see if there's anything they can do to be helpful.
Awesome. What challenges, if any, might a Jewish student face coming onto campus?
I think the challenges for Jewish students are not so dissimilar for the challenges for any other student. Penn State's a big place. This campus has 46,000 students. It's a lot of people, and adjusting to that size of a community can take time and can be challenging for anyone. And so that's why Hillel is here, to help make the campus a little smaller for students, help them find their way through any of the micro communities that we support, and to really just create that sense of comfortable, home-like atmosphere that students really need to help them learn to thrive on campus.
Okay. And what is one interesting piece of information about Penn State or the Jewish life at Penn State that you would want a student or family to know about?
Yeah, well, I mentioned it earlier. We are opening a new home for Hillel in the next 6 months.
Yes.
Our offices for the last 20 years have been out of the Multi-Faith Center on campus, and we're building a beautiful state-of-the-art 16,000 square foot facility that should open this spring. And it'll be right in the heart of downtown State College.
Awesome. And my final question is, what do you love most about leading the Jewish community at Penn State?
It's working with the students.
Yeah.
Penn State students are incredible. They're driven, they're smart, they're thoughtful, they want to do good in the world. And it's a joy to get to work with them every day and to help them grow as leaders, to help them find a place in Judaism, and to see how our traditions can fit into their lives after they graduate.
Wonderful. Well, that's all of my questions. So thank you so much for answering them. Your responses were really great. And I think a lot of families and students are going to enjoy hearing more about Jewish life, but obviously Jewish life at Penn State. So thanks so much. We will have this video available on our YouTube channel. We'll have them available for you as well to share with your students. And you can find all this information on Facebook, websites, and we'll have all that information below. So thank you guys very much for joining us. Thank you, Aaron, again, for participating and sharing your wisdom. And thanks so much, everyone. Have a good one.
Thanks, Dana.